Hello, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. It's me, SB. And
Dearly
y'all
beloved,
know what today is. It's Friday. It's Friday. And y'all know what today is. It's Friday. It's 4 o'clock. It's in the middle of the afternoon. I love this time spot. And y'all already know, those who've been here before, we started this Friday at 4 on Good Friday. And ever since then, it has continued to be a Good Friday. So I'm glad that y'all are here, and I hope you all are having such a good, or had a good week. Y'all know we're coming into a new year. We're about 2 days away. And listen, I know y'all got some parties planned, some different things planned. I just want y'all to be safe because, I don't know. Things are just feeling and seeming. The energy is a little different lately. I don't know if you all are feeling it or not, but I do. So y'all know where I'm going to be. I'm at home. I'm going to be at home. Unless it comes into my house and get me, I'm going to be good. I hope that you all do the same. But if y'all decide to go out and have fun, be safe. It's just different right now. People are acting a little off. I don't know what it is. But guess what? 2023 is coming. 2023. Whew. Wow. I have no idea what it's going to be like, but guess what? We're going to continue to push. We're going to continue to be, or we're going to try to be the best version of ourselves. And that's what I'm asking you all to do too. So welcome here at SB Nation. And thank you so much for being a part of today's show. Y'all know what it is. It's Freestyle Friday. And on my Freestyle Fridays, y'all know I talk about everything and all things. Whatever happened to me this week and anything I come up with or think about. So it's going to be one of those days. And even if you all have something that y'all know of or mentioned or something y'all did this week or whatever, you could also put it in the comment section. Maybe it's something we need to talk on. But I do have a comment that I'm going to kind of respond to. And also we're going to talk about what I did on the Krew season this past on Wednesday. If y'all that were there, y'all, that was SB in there holding up the ending of the show because I had some questions. So we're gonna jump all into that in just a little bit. But before we get started, I want to say thank you guys. I want to thank all of you, those of you who are over on TikTok. So much support. Thank you for sharing my videos, responding to the videos, all of that. I love the engagement. Those of you that are on Instagram, same, continue to do so. Just continue to get this word out and about marriage. I appreciate it so much. And my family over here on YouTube, y'all been with me since the beginning. So I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all, I feel like we know each other, so again, thank y'all. We're the numbers are going up. I don't even know what the numbers are right now, but y'all know the next goal is 10,000. Let's get me there. Make sure y'all sharing the videos. Don't be trying to keep me a secret because that's not doing nobody any good, right? But I do want to share something with you. And those two that I think we're on Facebook a little bit here and there, but I appreciate you guys over on Facebook also and all the supporters, everybody that attends and wants to be with SB Nation. Come on over. We welcome everyone. It ain't gonna change nothing. I appreciate you and respect you, but I may have a difference in opinion, and it's okay. And you don't have to agree with what I say at all, but just listen and I'll do the same. But I do want to say this, just in case y'all have not realized, back a year ago when we first started, or when I first started, the energy in these platforms was gender war, man against woman, rah, 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 I hate you, I did, she did that, she ain't no good, blah, blah, he ain't no good, all of that. If y'all notice, if y'all slow down and notice that the energy is changing. Mr. Dr. Steele would know this best. I don't know if he's in the comment section or not, but just here recently, about 2 or 3 months ago, I did a video on why is marriage not an option, or is marriage still an option, something like that. But if y'all not noticing that, guess what? We're talking about marriage now. And I would just love to think that I had something to do with that. But I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. But they talking about marriage now, y'all. We was rah-rah and fighting. I said, no, not over here. The gender war is over as far as it goes for SB Nation. And I've been talking about marriage ever since and before. But now people are talking about marriage. I'm hearing one pot. I'm hearing no girls trips. I'm hearing all these things that pertain to marriage. I'm loving it. So even though we still fighting about it, we're hearing about marriage again. So guess what? Just in time, it takes some time to turn this thing over, but Again, we're talking about it. And what more can you ask for? So before we get started, though, I want to say hello to a few people that are in the comment section. Miss Cora. Cora, how you doing today? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Mr. Day, Stephen Day, how you doing? Darryl Long, what's going on with you? Thank you for being here. Dusto, what's up? Aka, hello. How are you? Mr. C, it's good to see you. I am so glad that y'all are here. Listen, if I did not see your name at this point, I don't think I see anybody else, but as the show goes on, you know, I'm going to try to always reach out to your life with the Spears. Hello, how are you? Spires, excuse me, y'all. I can't see today. And Mr. Boss is going through them really well, really quick. So almost Sabbath. I think that's what that said. Anyway, good to see you. Thank you for being here. And all right, y'all, we're going to jump right into it. First thing we're going to talk about is y'all already know I get different comments too. I love that shirt, SB. You like this, Darryl? Does it look like I'm going into combat? It's my combat camouflage. But I'm not fighting anybody. Jill Burton, hello, how are you? It's good to see you. Is that Bruton? I'm sorry, it looks like Burton to me. Forgive me if I'm saying it correctly. Anyway, let's just talk about it like this. I had a comment. A young lady, I forgot what video she actually, I know what video she actually commented on. I did this video where I talk about women being married. And I always say when a woman gets married, when she says, I do, she is now submitting to the purpose of her husband, right? Just that simple. But I'm going to put the comment up here and we're going to go through it. And I just wanted to let y'all know the thought behind it, where it came from. And it's a long comment and it's really good, y'all. So I want y'all to hear it. But I'm going to go back again and tell you where it actually comes from. Whoa, I am not going to be able to see that. Okay, I can see it from afar. Stop right there. Okay, so listen, again, when I say to women, once you say I do in marriage, your purpose becomes the husband's purpose. And when you all get married, he has a plan, and whatever it is he would need for you to do, then you would follow that plan. Now, the reason why I say this is because woman was made from the rib of a man. In other words, there was Adam who had been given dominion over everything. He was naming everything. He was in control. He was the man. He was the first named man, and it was Adam. And of course, y'all have heard the story about God just wasn't pleased. So he put him into a deep sleep and then took from his rib and formed Eve, first named woman. For Adam, their job was to be fruitful, multiply, and populate the earth. To be fruitful, that really means just to serve God and to share his word, his name, who he is, to be fruitful. Of course, to multiply is to procreate and just add to the earth, the population, the children, y'all, the human being, mankind. That was the purpose. That was what their job was at that time, right? So we all got that. So anyway, her response or her comment was, your purpose in life is whatever God has called you to do. All right. That sounds good, right? Didn't I just mentioned to you all what God called us to do. Now, understand this. When I speak about your purpose and what God has called you to do and all that, I'm talking about the original plan, the way it is written. I'm not talking about particularly the way we live our life or how we've adjusted the word to fit to our situation. I'm talking about the original plan. So your purpose in life is whatever God has called you to do. That's what she says. And I agree with that. But what he's called us to do is to be fruitful and to multiply. Being fruitful, praising his name, passing out his word. Y'all have heard people say before, you judge them by their fruit. All right, so let's move on. As a wife, yes, you follow your husband's leadership when it comes to your household, but your purpose as a woman does not become whatever your husband wants. Now, let's go back just a little bit more, because right here she says whatever your husband wants. Now, understand, when I married my husband, he was a man, a godly man, under the same principle and covenant as I. Let me say it again, because this could make a major difference. My husband had the same covenant and principle in marriage that I did. So I didn't have to worry about my husband wanting me to purposely be a stripper. Because this right here this kind of sounds like whatever he wants, as though like maybe he's selling you or giving you away or something like that. We're talking about marriage being the covenant with God. This is what I'm talking about, marriage, y'all. I'm not talking about union. I'm not talking about hooking up. I'm talking about a marriage. I'm not necessarily talking about a modern day marriage where everybody thinks it's a business, it's a contract, and we just agree on things. I'm talking about the initial plan for marriage, because that's what I follow. Those are where my principles are. And that's what makes me the wife that I am. So she goes on to say, the purpose as a woman does not become whatever your husband wants. You help him, you encourage him, comfort him, and push his vision forward. But you never give up your own purpose for living to anyone. Don't give up your own purpose for living to anyone. All right. So again, women sometimes, I'm not going to just go with women, people, sometimes men and women often forget what their purpose is tied to. It's not tied to your career. It's not tied to the job that you have. Well, let me say this a little different. It can be tied to that, but in that, the purpose is still be fruitful. And being fruitful is still pushing or expressing or showing, being an example of God. That's to be fruitful. So wherever you are, if you are a doctor, if you are an astronaut, whatever you're doing, you still you're being fruitful. You're still uplifting the word of God. That's still what you're doing. No matter what you're doing it or how you're doing it. It's not a particular job. It's not a particular career path. It's whatever you're doing, you're still being fruitful. That's what you do. That's how it's supposed to be done. So you can do, and I've said this a million times, y'all could be whatever you want to be, but it still needs not to supersede the marriage as far as jobs and career. But your purpose is still to be fruitful. It's still to uplift the word of God and to share that and be that example. This is the original marriage. Exactly. Listen, I think marriage, let me go back a little bit, because Bria says, but that's a godly marriage, SB. A lot of people don't believe in the meaning of marriage. Exactly. Don't even know it. Don't even know what it's about. Bria, I'm there with you. I agree. And I'm just sharing with you because what she has here, it sounds like a good arrangement. You know, it sounds as though that it would be something that a husband and a wife could live within. But when I make comments, though, I'm going back to the principles. Because it makes it easy for me, because I give understanding. I get understanding of what God has for me. I get understanding of it, so I don't fight it, because I realize that the picture is bigger than my husband, or who I make my covenant to is much larger than my husband. So for me to want to please somebody, it's God. It's not necessarily my husband. Because when you start getting to the part you want to please your husband and he acting up, or he stayed out late, then you won't do it. You'll be mad. I ain't doing that. But when you realize the bigger picture for your life, then you understand the marriage. And I'm just trying to always give women the bigger picture. You live how you live. And even in this situation that we're talking about, it seems as though she's still living in and somewhat of a good union with her husband. They have a good understanding of what's going on. So I don't have a problem with that. But the problem I have is that when we don't have all the information, or when we have translated the information incorrectly. And if you feel like I'm translated incorrectly, talk to me. It's okay. Or when you feel like we're going to take what we want the marriage to be and how God designed it, and we're going to turn it around or make it something else. I just want everybody to know the actual purpose for it, because I think if we take the time to sit and relax and get the actual purpose for it, we'll either decide that we don't want it or that we need a lot of work. All right. So let's keep going. Let's see where we are now. She said she's going to help him. She's going to encourage him. She's going to comfort him and push his vision forward. But you never give up your own purpose for living to anyone. Okay. So then again, we're going to keep moving. If y'all cannot push each other's vision forward, whether it's, hold on, I'm having trouble, whether it's your first, whether it's yours first or his first, then y'all, I remember it saying y'all are not compatible. So now that's the first part. So I think I've answered everything. And I've asked this young lady to come up so we could talk about it. But she's saying if her husband can't push her vision first, or, you know, vice versa, however we're going to do it, then y'all are not compatible. Now, let me say this. If her husband is the leader, which he is or should be, and he's the head of the household, if he makes a decision to push your vision, and I'm assuming you're talking about career or job first, then I still think that's the plan. Because I told a story about when Mr. Boss got together. I always wanted to be the judge. I wanted to wear the black robe, but I was going to do what my husband wanted me to do because he had a vision of us being entrepreneurs and still being fruitful, as in, you know, ambassadors for Christ. We was going to do it. It was just whatever we did, it was going to be Christ filled. It's going to be about God. We weren't going to have a business and be shysty. We were not going, that's just not what was going to happen. Right. So at that particular time, we decided, okay, you know what? It'll be good if you got your real estate license. So I went and got my real estate license. Now, remember, we're still following the plan of being entrepreneurs. So that never, ever changed. It was just different businesses or facets of that entrepreneurship that we were into. So if that is your husband's vision for you, then I can agree with that. I mean, long as that's, you know, but again, I say this, nothing supersedes the marriage. Nothing at all. Okay. So long as we understand that, look, damn, you gonna get your real estate license? Oh, thumbs up. Listen, it ain't easy, but when you get it, never, ever let it go. So do a good job. You can make a lot of money there. You really can. So let me go on to the second part. Remember, the last thing she said was, if you all don't choose to push each other's visions, you know, in whatever order, then y'all are not compatible. Now, I don't understand what that has to do with being compatible, but, you know, I guess the understanding of I have a vision as a woman and you have a vision as a man. And if you don't care about mine, then you probably shouldn't be with me. I think that's where she's going with that. Again, fine. But you never give up. But you never give up on your own purpose for living anyway. Okay, y'all, I already said that. If y'all cannot push each other's vision, I already said that. Where are we now? This is why so many women, okay, this is where it get good, y'all. We were good earlier on, but this is where it gets good. She says, this is why so many women that have been married for years have so many regrets, because they put their husband and kids before them. All right, so listen. This is real marriage I'm talking about. These are real instructions that I'm talking about. When I married my husband, we took the covenant, answered the covenant, accepted it, did the vows. We agreed within that to become one. So my husband's now is not the other person. He's a part of me. Him and I are one. We're here. We're together. We are trying very hard to be on one accord. We're being fruitful. We're still following the word of God. We're understanding, we be getting revelations on what our purpose is and all of that, right? But she's saying that women regret their being married because they put their husbands and children. Now, listen, I'm saying this again. This is not something I knew back then. But when we're talking about kids, I'm talking about being intentional with having kids, right? But back then, when me and Mr. Boss got married, we intentionally took about 5 years to become one. Well, we blocked a whole lot of people out of our business and said, no, you can't be here. This is our time. This is our time to be on one accord and to understand this marriage thing, this covenant that we've gotten into. And that's what I'm sharing with every other woman. It ain't got to be 5 years. I don't know how old you are or where you are in life. But if you're talking about marriage, you got to take that time to get on one accord with your husband. And this is something that this person didn't do. And another thing, this kind of takes me back again to the husband, because it seems like as though that statement before that was made about whatever he wants. This also seems like here that we may have not have picked a man or a husband that has the same principles. I don't know. Because if you have the same principles, you both took the covenant and you're both are taking it seriously, then you are working to be on one accord. And that's your goal, because that's how marriage works. And then the kids before themselves. No, husband and wife are one, and the kids are after that. And kids are what we do. But see, this is the problem right here. This little bit, this is where women always mess up, because we take on too much. Because if we were intentional about having the kids, now this has nothing to do with people who have not, who already made their decisions and they're in their life. I'm talking about people who have not made the decision and who don't have kids, and they haven't done all that yet. But the ones who have already been married, they're in their marriage, they have kids, you got to just do what you got to do. But the ones who have not, I'm talking to you all about being married and the relationship with your husband, becoming one with your husband, and the placement of children. But guess what? If you have a woman who's a wife, who is hell-bent on being a career woman, having kids, and taking care of her husband all at once, it goes back to what she says. Later on in life, they may have many regrets because they put their husband first. So let me continue on. And then she goes on to say, now they're too old to accomplish anything they want to do. Now, listen, is she saying right here, being a wife and being a mother is nothing? Is that not enough? Are we not getting any gratification out of being a wife? I got to tell y'all, I said it a couple of weeks ago. I really enjoy the woman that God has made me, the wife. I really do enjoy that. I feel like he has given me so much revelation about how to do this. He's opened my eyes to what I'm supposed to be doing, and the stress of it all. If there was any stress, the stress of it all, I'm losing myself. I don't know who I am. What is it I'm supposed to be doing? I'm a slave. I don't want to do that. It's gone. I'm not going to lie to y'all and tell y'all I didn't have it, because I told you there was a beginning. And in the beginning, I was a 25-year-old woman who was single, and I brought that single mind into my marriage. It's real. I didn't know I was doing it. It's just what happened. But when I started realizing what was happening, I began to search and change that situation. And that's what I'm trying to prevent for ladies who are going into this situation. I'm trying to get them ready to be wives so they can enjoy it from day one. So, because if they can get from day one to year 27 and be successful and fulfilled in it, you're talking about good living. The children going to be productive. We might have us another little Obama or an astronaut. I don't know. We can do whatever we want to do because we have done it correctly, and it's going to be blessed. But let's go on. Let's go on to something else she's saying. Okay, so she goes on to say, now they're too old to accomplish anything they want to do. A wife is a helpmate, not a documented concubine. Ooh. A documented concubine. Now, y'all, this might be the last time y'all hear me say this, but y'all know what a concubine is, right? Y'all know what it is. That's a hoe. Now, I have no idea why we got to be a documented concubine. I'm not a mistress. My husband don't have 2-3 wives and I'm just one of them. What is wrong? We're talking about marriage again. And for y'all, you know what? I hear so much crazy conversation here on different platforms about poly relationships, monogamous relationship. God intended a man and a woman to be together. I don't think he was ever fond of polygamous relationships. I'm not saying men didn't do what they did. I'm not saying kings didn't do what they could pay for. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about marriage. I'm talking about the original plan for it. So men, if you're ever asking yourself, now a woman might go along with anything, but if you're ever asking yourself, what is marriage? Can I have 2 or 3 women in marriage? That's not what God intended it for. You're gonna have some trouble. But if a woman goes along with it, hey, you do what you do. But I'm talking about marriage, y'all. This marriage. But let me get done with this, and then I want to answer some of y'all questions because y'all got them going on in here, this comment section. So it goes on to say, after we've been called concubines, I have no idea why she would call it. It blew me. Sometimes it'll be 80-20, 100-0, 70-30, etc. on both sides. Listen, all I'm saying is this: whatever plan your husband, your head, your leader has for you, if he has orchestrated this plan and you are following it, I would say you were pretty much in the right order. But things are good when they're good. But if your mindset is off, then you might have some issues. And when he start requesting different things, then this is where all the problems come in. I'm not telling anybody how to live their life. So I'm just going to live their life. I'm just telling you what the original plan was. The original plan was for us to be fruitful. That is to your purpose, woman and man, is to be about God, praising him, being examples of him and what he has for us. It has nothing to do with anything else. It has nothing to do with your job, your career, or whatever, besides the fact that that's how you should show up in those careers and in that job. He wanted you to multiply and populate the earth. That's what it was. He made women for men. He put Adam in a deep sleep, took his rib and formed woman. I mean, really, formed woman for man. Dearly beloved. I don't know why we fight with that. He formed her. Here y'all go. He formed woman for man. Then she jumps out. She gonna do her own thing. Shoot. What I want to do is better than what you. No, Adam, I got a better plan. We should do this. And that brings us to where we are now. Jacked up. So anyway, I just wanted to share that comment with you all. Listen, again, I'm just wanting to share with you what the original plan is, because oftentimes people don't necessarily readily agree with what my plan is for marriage or what I say marriage was about. Again, Adam, deep sleep, rib, woman, for Adam, for Adam as a helpmate, fruitful, populate. He didn't give too many more instructions on what. Oh, well, he did tell him don't eat of that tree. And y'all know about that part. But guess what? This old strong woman went and did that anyway. So there you go. There you go. The comment outlines it perfectly, doesn't it? So I just wanted to share that with y'all because that was something interesting that I came across this week. And if y'all disagree with me, we may drop the link a little later on. And hey, look, we all need some help in this, maybe. I don't know. But I'm just telling you what the original purpose was. The way we live often has nothing to do with purpose, what we were here for purposely. We have really taken on some different stuff. Y'all already know. We're doing some, this world we live in right now is full of hell. It is the devil's playground. And a lot of folks are playing in it. But I'm trying to stick as close as I can to the original plan. And I'm being fruitful. I'm sharing with you all the example. I want to be the example. But again, if y'all have something y'all want to add or take away, I am there with it too. But for now, dedicated to my children's future. It says here, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. My children's future, salute and respect to you. Your show and the example of the example you're setting for married life as a goal for our culture and race. Security boss. Thank you. I am trying very hard. But again, sometimes we have gotten so far away from it to hear it is what they call what? Polarizing, crazy, off, all of that. Thank you so much, Rizet Kelly, for your $5 super chat. Too many sisters alternate from extremes. 1 minute demanding being stay-at-home wives, wanting to prioritize their minimal jobs over family. That's the problem. Nothing supersedes the marriage. Nothing. We got to get that, y'all. We have to understand that. And I think if we can slow down and understand marriage and understand what it consists of and what its purpose was, then we would be we'll be ahead of the game. But listen, though, I am so happy now that we're talking about marriage. Dr. Steele, I don't know if you were here earlier, but marriage is now becoming an option. It is becoming an option now. If you heard what I said earlier, when we started out about a year ago, we were on the gender war. Everybody was rah, rah, rahing, but now we're actually talking about marriage. People are actually questioning marriage and how it should be and should be done. Of course, there's a bunch of naysayers and because they don't understand, because you got people over here saying, oh, no, 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 you're going to lose all your money. Then you got me over here saying, oh, this is how it should be. And if you're going to do it, you should be this way and be serious about it. You won't have to worry about all that. And then you have those other people in the middle that just asleep. So I am definitely trying to just wake everybody up so we can definitely get married, because I absolutely think marriage is the answer. I believe in the nuclear family. Y'all already know. Not everybody is marriage material. Not everybody wants to be married. But again, we have to figure that out along the way, because sometimes you don't know, because you just don't know who you are. You don't know what it's about. You don't know who you are. You don't know how to achieve it. You don't even know. Some ladies don't even realize that we need covering. But I'm here. I'm here for it. And all I'm doing is just sharing what a marriage should look like. Dr. Steele says, yes, marriage is an option. We have witnessed that in the last couple of shows. Hey, I know. Real people. You're right, Dr. Steele. And it's going to continue, hopefully. It's going to continue. So that I wanted to share. And I appreciate the young lady so much for doing that, having that comment for me. But now we're going to move on to the Krew season. Did y'all see the Krew season on Wednesday night? Listen. Look, y'all. I get so many comments about me, my face, my questions, my responses. It's just so funny because I am an older woman, right? So a lot of people be like, SB, you older, you're not understanding it. You traditional, you don't get it and all of that, right? So I'm thinking about it and I'm like, okay, I am older, but do I not get it? Yeah, I get it. It's sin. It's very sinful. It makes no sense. But my question to them is, are you winning? Is this working for you? It don't sound like it's working, because we're ending up in a very bad way. I hear nothing good about anything that goes on in these dating relationships anymore. Are we winning? Are y'all winning? I mean, yeah, I'm older, and for some reason, y'all think y'all are creating some things or whatever, but I'm telling you, it ain't nothing new. But if you want to ask the question, did you partake in that? Oh, no. No, because I feared my creator. I fear God. You know, when he writes these things and he says, this is an abomination, and this is this, and you shouldn't partake in that. I believe that some things could come out of that I don't want. I believe it, y'all. You ain't got to tell me like 5 times. I ain't got to be an example for it. I am such the one that believes. Listen, I don't know if y'all remember, but back in the 90s, I think it was, there was I don't know what president's wife it is. I can't never remember which one it was, but she did a campaign where she talked about your brain on drugs when she had the eggs in a frying pan. Y'all, I believe that. I believed if I were to try to get high, that my brain, I would be the one whose brain would fry and I would be no good. The first try, I'm done. I would be done. I would be like, oh no, I lost it. So that was enough for me. That illustration of the eggs frying. Nancy Reagan, thank you, Lost in Translation. Listen, that was enough for me to not to ever want to try drugs. Or what was it? Marijuana, probably at that time. It was it. It did it for me. Cats through the one. Why are you laughing? It did it for me. Look, I'm not that hard-headed one. I believe. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. This is funny. I got to take a minute and tell y'all a story. One day earlier on, this was when me and Mr. Boss bought our first house, I believe. We were getting furniture for the house, right? And I'm cautionary. You know, I believe stuff. Listen, y'all, I believe. I'm serious. So I told Mr. Boss way back then, what kind of car did we have? I don't remember, y'all. I don't remember what we had, but it wasn't suitable for what we was getting ready to do. But anyway, Mr. Boss, the man, y'all know, I had to just be like, okay. So anyway, we went and bought mattresses for my daughter's bedroom. She had one of them canopy beds, you know, and all of that. So we went and bought mattresses for the canopy bed, y'all. And I told Mr. Boss, let's just pay for the delivery of the mattresses. I mean, we don't live that far. It won't be no big deal. Mr. Bob was like, I ain't doing that. We're just going to tie these mattresses to the car and we going to go home. We don't live that far away. I was like, yeah, but gosh, I just don't think that's a good idea. Like, he like, come on, girl, come on, just go get in the car. All right, y'all. So guess what I did? I just went and got in the car. Mr. Boss ties the mattress, him and the salesperson, they just ties the mattress to the car with the twine. Y'all know. And it's tight. We good. We can go. Okay. So we start driving home and everything's wonderful. So all of a sudden we took a left turn, and y'all know what happened when we took that left turn. The wind. If y'all ever been driving in the car, y'all probably don't know this, but the wind can lift anything. You ain't got to be going that fast because the velocity is coming in and y'all going against it. And so guess what happened? The wind came in, it lifted the top mattress, and we look back, it was in the windshield of the UPS driver's truck. Yeah. And then the other one just tumbled off and was on the side of the road. So y'all know, my first reaction was, y'all know I laughed, right? Because I'm like, didn't I tell y'all this was not going to work? So Mr. Boss was like all toe up and upset. I done gave away hundreds of dollars by now because guess what? The box spring is crashed. The top mattress is in the front. It's blinding, may I add. It's blinding the UPS driver. It's blinding because it's all over the UPS truck. Y'all, it's stuck there for a minute. So I was like, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna go back to the store and tell them what happened. I was like, when you left the store, they ain't make you sign no document saying these was yours. So he tried it. We went back to the store, and of course, we had to kick out the money again, and now a delivery fee because the mattresses did not make it home. So I'm gonna tell y'all, this is what's so funny now, though. We could be traveling down the highway. And just because that happened to us, not the highway, I'm going one better, the interstate. We're traveling down interstates or major highways, and we always see mattresses on the side of the road, and we both just fall out laughing because we know exactly what happened. So I'm telling y'all now, don't put the mattresses on top of y'all car. If you got to go rent a van from U-Haul for $19, if you got to pay the delivery fee, whatever you got to do, let's just be smart about this thing. Because the idea of it is to get the mattresses home. If you can't get the mattresses home, you haven't saved any money. So I just want y'all to understand that. And that was just a story time break, but it happened. And Mr. Boss don't give me no problems now, dog. Y'all, it's like, okay, what you thinking? I'm like, I'm thinking we might need to do it this way. He was like, okay, I got you. And he was like, what is it? So now it's just funny. It's funny now, but you live and you learn. I lost the translations. What you say? He said, you know what, SB? I love the fact that you allowed Mr. SB to room. Oh, yeah, I do. Room the lead all the time. We men make mistakes sometimes. That's how you grow trust. Absolutely. I let him lead all the time because you listen, it is so funny. But this is the thing. I let him lead, and then if something happens, he'd be like, why you let me do that? Or he'll come back and be like, you knew. And I'd be like, no. And then I'm laughing, and I'm not taking anything serious. And he'd be like, this is serious business. I'd be like, no, it's not. So it is funny. It's funny. Later on, it'd be so funny. So listen, guys, just understand, be careful with the mattresses and just make it make sense. Stick this whole thing out. You ain't gonna save no money if you got to go buy the mattresses twice. So that was my little story time, but we're gonna get back to it. The Krew season. On Wednesday night, I told y'all they think I'm older. Well, they know I'm older and they think I'm old and I don't know nothing. But understand this, there's nothing new. Actually, people before me invented all this weird and crazy stuff that y'all do. But Ronan, it was his fault. Ronan talked about super gonorrhea. Now, I don't know if Ronan is kidding. Now, Ronan told me this is a serious thing, y'all. He says this super gonorrhea is a strand of gonorrhea that is resistant to penicillin. Y'all, resistant to penicillin. Okay. And I'm like, huh? And then he goes on to tell me some more stories. He told me another story about oh God, some things that women like to do. Now, that's nasty. It's beyond nasty, Cammy. Cammy is beyond nasty. I can't even understand that you got something that is stronger than gonorrhea. That ain't, you know what? That means it's probably gonna kill you. You know, left undetected, things might start falling off. So, and then the other thing is they got the, and y'all know, listen, I extended the show because I am asking crazy questions. Hey, Sir Hell, how are you? I'm asking crazy questions because I'm like, y'all are doing this? Is this everybody just willy nilly participate in this kind of stuff? Because listen, y'all, my whole idea was, okay, being honest, I was not a virgin when I met my husband. Okay. But I got to tell y'all something. Ladies, we have to preserve something for our husbands. We can't be out there tossing salads. Y'all know what tossing salad mean, right? Y'all, we can't be out here having oral sex and doing all these different things and experimenting with just the next guy. You can't do that, y'all. We cannot do that. You need to be able to be a virgin with your husband or something, a virgin or something, a version of something, because you're not going to be a virgin, but you ain't got to know everything when it comes time to be married to your husband. It will be difficult for a man to choose you and to be adoring to you, or for you to be adoring to him, because he going to look in your face and be like, you toss somebody salad? Y'all know what that mean, right? Do I have to tell y'all what that mean? Y'all know, y'all grown ups. Don't look it up, y'all. But it is in the Urban Dictionary, but don't look it up. But anyway, people are doing that as everyday casual sex. It's a part of the bust down situation now. We're going to toss a salad. What are we doing? Ladies, what are y'all doing? I'm telling you, if I ever find out, y'all don't tell me nothing, because if I ever see a woman and she's just admitted to doing that, I can't even look at her the same anymore. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be, I'll be looking all, don't do it. Hey, Big Cap, how you doing? Hey, Auntie, what is the BDSM? Oh, God, you know I don't know what you're talking about. Did I pull up too? Big Cat, we talk about tossing salads and stuff. Y'all young folks think I don't know anything. And y'all think that because I'm older, y'all be like, no, we're not participating. That's what it is. I don't do these type of things. Didn't do them prior to marriage. And some things I say for my husband, because you shouldn't be having, what is it? Uninhibited sex with everybody. What are y'all doing? Ladies, what are y'all doing? Ladies, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. They just try to turn y'all out, is what it is. Because I can't think of any good reason you would just share everything with somebody that is not your husband or that is not your wife. Why would you even? I don't know. So I'm on the cruise season, and they trying to go home, y'all. And y'all, guess what? It's had to be about 3:00 in the morning. It was 3:00 in the morning. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Y'all doing what? And they like, yeah. And I'm like, to anybody, that's like a part of the date. And they like, yeah, that's what they doing now. So I'm like shaking my head. They were like, SB, you just don't know. I'm like, no, I don't know. I don't understand, y'all. I don't understand. So I say this all to say, ladies, men too. If you are seriously wanting to be married, y'all got to pull back. Women, y'all got to preserve something about yourself for the man that you intend on loving and sharing your life with. If not, you'll be so numb to any emotional connection that you would ever have with a man if you just keep giving yourself away this way. If your husband can't touch a part of your body that a man hasn't touched, or random men haven't touched, then you really have nothing to offer him. I'm sorry, y'all. I hate to say that. But we have to, as women, we have to preserve ourselves better. We have to be like, you know what? I mean, if you can't be a virgin, I realize we're not living in that time where we're saving ourselves. And I didn't either. So I'm not trying to judge anybody on that. But we can't live in the wrong place forever. Can we? I hope not. But ladies, I'm telling you that it's up to us to preserve ourselves and our mental and our emotional connection for the man that has asked you for your hand in marriage. There should be something that you and your husband share that you have not shared with every other man. So I don't know how we're going to get there. But I'm telling you now, just in case nobody's told you that or nobody's addressed that situation. Oral sex as a, and I don't care about pressure. I don't care about competition. If a man doesn't want, I would think a man would want a woman that would say, no, I'm not doing that. That's not what I just do to random men. I think that would stand out a whole lot more than a man saying, well, if you don't do that, I don't want to date you. Well, that's fine. I'm not the one for you. But I think that would be a standout. I think that woman who decided to take control of her body and her mental and her emotional and said, no, we're not getting ready to toss salads. We're not getting ready to have oral sex. That's not what we're going to do because I'm not married to you. I don't even know if I like you a lot. And you probably just looking for a release. We're not doing it. That's what a woman needs. That's what a wife does, y'all. Y'all better recognize that's what a wife does. That's what a wife says. That's a standout person. Hey, Elle, that's somebody that's standing out. That's not the woman that's, if that's what competition looks like, I lost. My daughter lost. Every other woman around me lost. Because I'm saying, look, we ain't serving it up like that. Don't do that. Don't participate in that. And that ain't the way you go. But you will have the world here telling you, the sisterhood, telling you, giving you this demonstration and showing you how to do it. This is an eggplant. This is what you do. This is what these plugs are made for. Go at it. No. Y'all, we got to learn how to be modest. Y'all got to learn how to be modest. You got to learn how to be a lady, be a woman, be a wife. Woman, lady, wife. That's the position that a woman that wants to be married needs to take. And it can't be done out here just sharing your everything with just some random man. You can't do it. You can't do it. And men, if a man is in this comment section or listening and you're the type of guy that wants a woman to compete with you that way, then you ain't the man for any woman that wants to be married. You ain't even ready to be married. You're not. And somebody needs to know that. It's a serious thing. It's just not a release. It's not. For women, it's a very emotional connection. That's why these women suffer through so much trauma. I get it. They saying I do because they don't know. I get it. They're saying when I say I do, I mean they're agreeing. They're agreeing to have consensual sex. I'm not saying you're taking anything, but they're not emotional equipped to continue on in that process. It ruins who they are. No, we're not. Bree said we're not. Bria says we're not serving up salads. Please don't. No more serving of salads. That's not what we're doing. But listen, guys, that is pretty much what I've had for this week. We had a really good time on Krew season. But yes, I was the one who kept the show going well after 3 a.m. in the morning, because when I heard that the liberation of sex was so liberating, I had to ask some questions because I just didn't believe it. I just didn't believe that women had gotten this free. Or I wanted to understand why women are this free. Because, it don't make sense to me. None whatsoever. It's almost like they have no future planned, and then you're talking about super gonorrhea. Listen, guys, I was going to, but I didn't even bother because I don't want to put that type of fear in you. I want you all to make good decisions, and it needs to be within my salads are healthy. Really? Yeah, I can't imagine. But you know what, though? My trainer used to say, your salad ain't no good. You might as well eat a burger, all that stuff you put in it. Think of it like that. All the stuff you put in it makes your salad like a burger. But anyway, listen, we're going to drop the link. I want to hear more about this, but I was going to find the stats on STIs and things of that nature because I wanted to share that with you, but I decided not to. I did go to look it up and I was going to share it with you, but I don't want to put that type of fear in anybody. I just want people to be wise in their decision making and know that they're preserving themselves, not for, not having STD or HIV. That's very, very important. But daggone it, why I got to tell y'all that? Why? Why do I have to tell you guys? If you don't use a condom, you may get pregnant or you might get an STD or STI that we all call it now. Why do I have to say that? Y'all are old enough to do all these things and be tossing salads in between. That tells me y'all know all of it. You got it. You got the whole plan. There's no secrets, but you decide what you want to do. SB nasty. I am not me. No, no, no. I'm trying to convert some folks from being nasty. Look, it's okay when you be nasty with your husband, but just random folks. What is wrong? That's too reckless. It's too reckless. Y'all look. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some exterior complications from having sex that we didn't know about. You know what I mean? Well, you had the monkeypox. Was that not enough? Y'all know what I'm saying. Anyway, y'all better get better than that. We're gonna drop the link. But that's what the Krew season was about. That was my question. And I just don't know why people don't understand that. I understand everything that you all are do, know about it, just don't know why. It is amazing to me and sometimes shocking the things that I hear that ladies and gentlemen have decided to partake in. And I wish they wouldn't. But guess what though? Again, things just happen in waves. A year ago, you all were warring against each other. Now we're talking about marriage being an option. So 2023 tells me we're going to have a year of marriage conversation. And in that conversation, I'm going to make sure that everybody that listens to SB has the right information. You're going to have it. So if you go into marriage, you're going in with your eyes wide open because I gave it to you. If you listen to me, you're going to go in wide open. Now you can choose to do whatever you want, but I'm going to give you the information. I'm going to give it to you and make sure you understand this is what it means. This is your job within that. Because guess what, y'all? I happen to think if you got the right information and you found that woman with the same principles and plans that you have, y'all could create all kind of salad mix. Y'all can have a mixed salad. You can even do the green salad. You can go organic. Y'all can have all of that within the marriage. I just think that would be like the perfect thing. Could be great. Clement, how you doing today? Fellas, remember your face not supposed to go down there. Oh, mess around and come up face full of chili. God knows. Clement, you just gave me a visual. I can't believe you did that. I just don't, you know what? Oh, God, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. You know what? It probably happened. But guess what? We'll never know because I'm going with Ricky Dad. They lie. They're liars. Big Cat Auntie, how the fellas gonna know if she got that WAP if nothing doing it pun intended? What? How they gonna know? I don't know. I don't know how they gonna know. I'm listen. You're on your own. I would say don't worry about it. Get you a wife. You can find out if the WAP is good, bad. You can create your own salad. I'm just telling you. But I just wouldn't be going behind a whole bunch of other people knowingly. That's the problem. And I'm like y'all now. What is the body count? When was that? Did that happen yesterday or 5 days ago? When was it? And what did you do? So I know now why it's so important for these men. It was puzzling to me about this body count thing. But now that I know that women are experiencing everything, including tossing salads, and they're the ones doing it, and all types of I know why men want to know. But it also makes me wonder why men haven't met the type of woman that they want to marry and just grabbed up and said and start hiding somewhere. I get you a good woman and just hide. And you know who they are. Everybody ain't doing this. Y'all know that. Everybody is not participating in these type of things. Y'all know that. Y'all know it for sure. They're not. But if it's bad now, you stuck. Yeah. But listen, though, y'all know that every woman ain't doing this stuff. But see, this is the problem. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. Y'all want them type of girls. Y'all want those type of girls. You like the way they look. You like, the way they talk, all aggressive. You like the way they touch you and all of that. You want that. But you ain't willing to marry that. You want that. Y'all don't know that you could get a woman, your wife, and y'all could have that same type of pleasure. You don't want to take a chance. That's all it is. SB, I need a woman my kids could be proud to call mom. I know that. How about you need a woman that you could look straight in her face and not laugh or be like, what you do yesterday? Anything. This is too much. This is too much. No, what you do is practice with your spouse. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Your spouse. That could be some way that you and your husband could become in one. Y'all understand when God said some stuff, y'all, he meant it. He meant it. He meant it. He meant it all. But no. Kimmy says that's exactly why it's hard out here, is because if they don't get the WAP early, they just leave us all on red. Listen, Kimmy, I agree. But this is what I want you to do. Don't worry about that. That ain't the man you wanted. Because can you imagine that that person being your husband? Can you imagine that? What kind of husband would that be? Because it should be something, you know what? I'm not, listen, y'all, I'm imagining the man as a husband that be like, hey, that's too much. What you doing? I'm getting ready to go. Because I just can't imagine me and wanting to partake in that, knowing that this is this woman's regular. This is her regular day. This is what she do all the time or anytime. She ain't even really got to like me. That should be something men should be running away from, not going towards. Put in the work to have an amazing sex life. Absolutely. With your husband or your wife. Come on. That's a part of becoming one. That person, you are on one accord. Y'all agreeing with most things and y'all sharing everything. Undefiled. What can you do with that? You see how strong that marriage is? Can you imagine how strong that marriage can be? Yeah, but no, we wanting to play around, in the beginning. That's not how we do it. Miss She said, hey, love, happy Friday. I pray your new year is great. I hope so too. We talking marriage in 2023, and I know you guys are too. So we're just trying to turn this thing around. It's no more gender war. And everybody now is going to be married. And that's all we're going to talk about. We're going to give them the good information. Sex orgasms is great and good for your health. Absolutely. With your husband. My fear is that women give themselves away too much, that you will be emotionally numb to the man that is trying to love you. You have nothing for him. And that could cause a big problem in marriage because you have nothing for him. There's nothing that nowhere he can touch, no emotion that he can appeal to. There was nothing. And that would be a big problem in a marriage. So I'm telling ladies, slow down, y'all. Slow down. I'm trying to stay married intentionally. Absolutely. Me too. Me too. But we just got to get these other young ladies to understand. Key phrase, with your husband or your wife. You're right, Dr. Steele. That is the key phrase. That's the only phrase we need to be concerned with right now because we're doing way too much. But that was all I did this week. If y'all have something else, and I appreciate the fact that y'all are going strong over here in this comment section. Let me see something I missed right here. SB, I was told I wasn't no fun because I wasn't into what she had. Oh, wait a minute. Clement says, SB, I was told I wasn't no fun because I wasn't into what she had done in previous relationships. Okay, Clement. She did you a favor because I think I would have taken, considered that to be a red flag because previous relationships that tell me that she's done this before. And that to me would have just put you in a number. And how do you know that number that you was going to be in was going to be a good number? That would have been enough for me. Like, okay, I'm out, because we shouldn't be doing everything to anybody. There should be something that we can be a version, not a virgin, but a version of for our husbands. We're not married. We're not virgins anymore. We've had sex, but can't we be a different version of a woman to our husbands or for our husbands? Does it have to be like she liked the last one, or you kind of like the girl I dated before, or, oh, you remind me of? Can't we be different? Can your wife be different? Can she? Y'all, if you ain't found a woman that could be different for you, keep looking. It's got to be some differences. Ladies, your man got to be different. The man you marry got to be different. Even if he comes up as a guy that is easygoing, a simple man that doesn't require a whole lot of this and that. It's got to be something different about the person that you decide to marry and spend your life with. Clement says it was after we got married. Oh, God. always throwing something out there at me. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm sorry about that. I am so sorry about that. But things happen. It could be put back together, but it's gonna take some work. It's gonna take some work, Clement. She's comparing you to the other man she was with, right? And that's gosh, that's terrible. That's bad. Thank you so much for your $5 super chat. It says, what we know the podcast. Thank you for that. Let's see what she says. For the salad tossers and grocery eaters. You gonna give them some money? We need to know podcast. They don't need anything for that. They don't need nothing for that. All they need to know is they need to be careful. I did not know that was a commonplace thing. CBN, how you doing? Thank you for being here. But apparently that's what we're doing now. And I'm learning a lot out here in these YouTube streets. But gosh, some of it is really like y'all really just giving all yourself away, you know. But understand, I am been here an hour and I've dropped the link. If y'all don't want to come up and have any conversation on this Freestyle Friday, y'all know what I'm getting ready to do, right? I'm getting ready to go. But again, y'all have a fantastic new year. Stay out of trouble. Keep the goods to yourself. Don't be eating too much salad. Don't eat any salad unless it's green. Oh God, did I say that right? Yeah, only eat green organic salads, y'all. And I'm gonna see y'all. Listen, on Monday, I'm back here again with Black Man. Hopefully, we're gonna be doing our regular Monday show, 7:00 p.m. Eastern. But again, I may see some of y'all this weekend. If not, y'all have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.
Let's keep playing these games that we don't want to finish. And I'm sorry if that sounds a bit bitter, but I am to the core. You want the whole damn thing, then you ask him for more. You want that old jive swing, you take up all of the floor. I'm fine with standing at the edge of the door. You be the life of the party. I blend in with the core. You drink it all to Bacardi. Till the bottles no more. Let's take it back for this started. You want the love, I don't got it. Got my soul on the road. You screaming, stay, please don't go. Don't think it's in me to listen to foe. It's so different, we distance, we roam into zones where nothing get heard anymore. I just wish I was home when I stepped through front door, but instead I'm alone and completely unsure. And even though you're screaming out with the best of intentions, I don't get it. Why do you always gotta ask me to stay? Why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. Say, why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. See, I've been lost in my thoughts, and my thoughts they too scared to usher you off. Sorry, Mom, I just thought you were my world. Now you're not. And I'm just sitting, smoking, sloping in a daze, cause my days ain't been the same since I drove your away. I remember the way you wrote letters in blue ink. You and me was in love. Think about what your crew think. I know your moms probably think I'm a bastard. Your pops probably wanna beat my death and take a in my casket. But I got sick of fighting, bickering, fussing over nothing, cussing. Instead of watching the death of discussions that we once had, days that we once spent in the backseat of our cars, reading poets at sunset. It's funny how love can fall out the foreground, get pushed into the back of your mind. We used to twist the spliff and laugh and relax. Are you crying? And I'm trying to find the reasons, so I ask, does forever ever happen, or is it always fade to black? I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road. I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road.